Okay, so playlist is going. We're gonna start actually standing up today. So I'm gonna come on up to a standing position. And then when we're standing here, we wanna just make sure the feet are parallel to each other. The long edges of the feet are parallel to the long edges of your mat if you're standing on one. And you just wanna feel like your weight is centered right over the arches of the foot. So if you take a peek down, you wanna just make sure the arches are not rolling in, because what tends to happen when the arches collapse is it brings the knees together. So arches are lifted, the weight is right over the center of the foot, the head's between the shoulders. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then on your exhale, start to nod your chin, flexing the spine, and just rounding forward, allowing the knees to soften as much as you need them to. We're gonna hold that there. The back of the head's heavy, arms are heavy. Inhale to stay, and then on your exhale, press down through those heels. Feel the glutes and back extensors engaged to roll the spine all the way back up to the top. Inhale to get a little bit taller. Exhale, nod your nose, flex your spine, and just round forward over the front of those legs. Arms and head are just nice and heavy here. Breathing in to hold it. And exhale, pressing down through the heels, pulling the tailbone to the back of the thighs, and roll all the way back up to the top. Let's do that one more time. We're gonna stay at the bottom. Inhale to get a little bit taller. Exhale, nod, curl, and flex, rounding over. Knees can soften here. And let's just stay in our flex forward position. And you can either take the elbows in the hands or bring the hands to the back of the head, giving your neck a little bit more of a stretch. So whatever position you choose, we're just gonna go into a little bit of neck movement here. Let's look up and down, just like you're saying yes. Feeling that lengthening through those muscles in the back of the neck and into the upper back. And then look side to side like you're saying no. And then just come back to center. The back of the head's nice and heavy. We can release the arms down. And again, just rolling all the way back up through the spine, stacking it up against that invisible wall. So let's move into a little bit of spinal movement next. So we're going to be moving into some rotation. Arms go out to the side, soft bend through the elbow joint. Your hips are going to stay facing straight ahead. We're going to rotate through the waist. On your next exhale, rotate to the right, spiraling up like you're getting even taller, but your hip bones stay pointed at the screen. And inhale, we come back to center. And exhale, we rotate to the left side, getting taller as you twist, coming back in. And again, rotating to the right side, getting taller through the spine. Imagine like your spine is the red stripe in a barber pole. Rotate and come back in. Now let's add a little bit of arm movement here. This time as you twist to the right, bend your right elbow like you're trying to pull the arm behind you, reaching even farther forward with that left arm. And inhale, come back to center. Rotating to the left side, bending the left elbow, getting even taller, and coming back to center. Let's take it one more time to the right, pulling that right elbow back, retracting that right shoulder blade, and coming back in, and rotating to the left side, pulling that shoulder back, and bring it all the way in. So we can release the arms down. Let's take it into a little side bend next. So the better the spine can move, the better the shoulders are going to be able to move. Let's take that right arm up, and on your exhale, just take it into a side bend. So framing the face, fanning the right side of the body open, and reaching it back up, lowering it back down. Left arm reaches up, side bending over to the right side, opening that left side body, take it up, and lowering down. Right arm reaches up, side bending over to the left, lifts, and lower. I'll take it one more time, up and over to the right side, and lifts, and lower. So we're gonna do one more thing here in this position. We're gonna move into some arm circles. I'm just backing away from my wall a little bit. So let's take the right hand thumb up, and then just reach the arm up towards the ceiling. Rotate the palm so it ends up facing forward, and just circle it around like you're back stroking the arm behind you. Reaching it up, I'm trying not to hit my ceiling fan here. Circle around. So we're just opening up through the front of the shoulder, just getting some movement, some lubrication through that shoulder joint. Just two more in this direction. Trying to move the arm as big of a pain-free, of course, range of motion as you can. Last time. And then we'll switch. Left hand thumb up, reaching up, rotating the palm forward, and taking it all the way over. So you might notice a little bit of a difference between one side and the other. And that's always the case, not always the case, but very commonly the case when we work unilaterally. Let's just go 2 more on this side. Last one. And bring it in. All right, so we're gonna get into some arm work next. So you're gonna need those cans or 1 to 3 pound weights. And I wouldn't go any heavier than that because it's gonna get real tough real quick. So we're gonna do this standing. I might actually we have enough room. We're gonna come up to a standing position, and with the weights, you wanna start with them just right in front of your shoulders, and you wanna have a gentle bend in that elbow. So even though we are moving through our arms, we don't wanna forget about our abs. The abs are always working in Pilates. So we're zipping the abs up, and just make sure the knees are just not locked, right? Because when the knee is locked, we actually aren't using our abs as much. On your exhale, let's take those arms up, shoulder height. It's kind of a scooping movement here, and then take it back down towards your sides. Exhale, reaching up and back down. So this starts off light, but I promise you it gets heavier, right? We did some arms a few weeks ago. Those cans get heavy pretty quick. So if it's feeling easy, just kind of, hang on to that feeling. Let's go for 4. And 3, 2. Now on your next one, let's lift up, let's hold it here. So the upper arms are gonna stay parallel to the ground. I'm actually gonna kneel just to make sure you can see my arms. I'm not getting cut off. And now we're gonna go into a bicep curl. So when we curl, we wanna aim right to the temple line, but when we straighten the elbows, don't let the height of the upper arm bones drop. So we're squeezing through the biceps, curling to the temple line, and reach back forward. So all the while keeping the abs zipped in, knees unlocked, and just starting to feel a little bit of heat through those shoulders, hopefully. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now last one, curl so that the arms form a 90-degree angle. Let's go little uppercut pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. I'm going to turn front so you can see me. Now we're going to rotate to goal pose. So as you rotate, the palms face forward, squeeze the back of the shoulders, feel those back shoulder muscles engage, and then rotating the palms back in without letting the height of the shoulders change. Squeeze the back of the shoulders to open to that goal post, and feel those pecs and front shoulders work to bring you back. Take it out to the side, shoulders out of the ears, and back in. Let's go for 5. And 4. 3, 2. Now last one, open to your goal post and hold it here. So now we're gonna take it into a shoulder press. I'm gonna come down a little lower so I'm still not cut off. So now we're taking the weights up overhead and bring it back, but not going below the height of your goal post. Reaching up and together and back in. And all this can be done, by the way, with no weights. You just really wanna think about engaging the muscles in the top of the shoulders here, right? Let's go for 5. And 4. 3, 2, last one. Now stop at your goal post, hold. Just the right arm, same action, press up and back to goal post. Staying on the same right side, reaching up and back down. Reach and return. Keep those abs zipping up and knees unlocked. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one on the right, and then we take it to the left. Take it up and back to that goal post. Reach it up. So hopefully, again, you're starting to feel those shoulders work. They've been holding that position for a little while by now. Reach. Told you those hands cans get heavy. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back in. Bring the weights all the way together. Imagine you're trying to pin a $100 bill between those weights. Let's go little pulses up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it all the way down. Little stretch here for a moment. Give those shoulders a little roll out. So from here, we're going to go palms in. We're going to head back to that front raised position, with just a little bit of a different emphasis on the shoulder. So now taking it up, thumbs up, gentle bend in those elbows, and reach it back down. Reaching up, so front of the shoulders, front of the deltoid, back down. It should be nice and warm. Reach and return. And let's go for 4. And 3, 2, last one. So we're pinning that $100 bill back between those cans or weights or whatever you have. And now reach it overhead and back down. So everyone's gonna have a little bit of a different range of motion here. If you're not able to get over your head, that's okay. Just go to whatever feels good. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now one more, holding at the top. So if you've been on the reformer, this is our hug the moon. We're taking it out to the side, again, softness through the elbows. They're not locked out, and bring it all the way back overhead. Again, those arms can be slightly forward of your head. They don't have to be directly over the crown of the head. And everyone has a different range for the shoulder, different things that feel okay for that body on any specific day. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it all the way down. Again, give those shoulders a nice little roll out. All right, so from here, we're gonna work the back of the arm. We did a lot of biceps and shoulders. And again, if you're still standing up, that works. I'm only kneeling so you can see my arms. So actually, I think we'll be okay. So we're gonna head into some low, narrow rows. So what we wanna do is push the hips back so that the hands are just directly underneath the shoulders. We don't wanna have them start too far back. We have them just right in front of you. Feel your glutes engage here. So you're in a little bit of a forward bend. You wanna make sure that the glutes are supporting the spine. And now exhale, squeeze the elbows together and back, and reach it back forward. Exhale, squeeze it back. Imagine trying to pinch a pencil between those shoulder blades. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now one more, hold. Keep the upper arm bone completely still in space and just straighten the elbows. Extend through the elbows, tricep kickback. Then back to 90 degrees. Exhale, squeeze back and bend. Let's take it back for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now one more, press back and hold. Flip your palms up to the ceiling and take the whole straight arm down, back towards the front of the shoulder, and sweep the arms back behind the body, opening the outer ends of the collarbones. Lowering down, squeeze and press back. Let's take it back for 6, 5, 4. My windows are shut because my neighbors are being super loud, so I am sweating. 3, 2. Now one more, press back and hold. We're gonna aim the weights towards each other and release. Towards each other and release. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Little circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it all the way up. We can put our weights to the side. We're done with our weights. So that's pretty much the arm section of it, our ABC workout, arms, butt, and core. So butt is going to be the next part of it. So we're going to start standing and then move to the mat. So the first thing we're going to do is just head into some body weight squats. So the feet are going to be just about hip width apart, nice and parallel, those arches are lifted. And then just send the hips back, stretching those fingertips straight ahead. And then as you press up, squeeze your sit bones together and up. So really find those glutes on the way up. Sending the hips back and squeezing the glutes to come all the way up. And let's take it back for 8, 7. Doesn't matter how low you go here. Again, what works for your body. Just make sure your knees are not collapsing in or flaring to the side. 4, 3, 2. Now last one, sit back and hold. Bring your hands to your hips, weights in your heels, little pulses up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold. Shift all of your weight onto your right foot. So it's just going to be the big toe of your left foot that is on the ground. I'll move a little bit so you can see my feet. So you could pick that foot up, right? There's all of your weights on that right side. So now we're going to go into some step backs. So all you're going to do is just tap that toe straight back behind you and bring it back in. So you're just tapping the toe down. Nothing else is changing. And if you haven't guessed now, the work is in your standing leg, not in the moving leg. So we're just changing where the balance is coming from, forcing that side butt on the right side to stabilize. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold. We're still going to be moving the left leg, but now we take the left side and tap it out to the side and bring it back in. Tap out to the side and back in. Keep the weight right over the center of that right foot. That glute should feel like it's on fire. And let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the left foot down, shift your weight into your left foot, and now we do the same thing, moving the right but working the left. So it's just the big right toe that's touching down, and then just tap it back and tap it forward. Reach and return. Keep those headlights, those hip bones facing straight ahead the whole time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good balance exercise too, right? 3, 2, 1. And now both feet are evenly weighted. Spread those sit bones apart. One more set of pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Shake it out. And then we're going to make our way down onto the mat. So I'm just going to change the view a little bit here. Make sure I'm not cutting anything off. Okay. So when we're down on our mat, we're still working our glutes. We're going to take those feet underneath sit bones. Arms are just by the sides. And we're going to move into some hip bridges. So the spine's going to stay neutral. We're just going into that hip extension. On your exhale, press up through those heels. Squeeze the glutes to open the front of the hip. And then just hinge your hips at that hip crease to come all the way down. Exhale, squeeze glutes to press up. And hinge to lower back down. Let's take it up for 8, 7, 6. Keep drawing the abs in. Try not to go so high up in your bridge that you're going into your lower back. 4, 3, 2. Now last one, we hold that bridge. Just like when we were standing, let's shift the weight to the left foot and just float that right leg up into a tabletop. Feel how that left glute immediately starts to contract. Lower that right foot down, shift your weight into your right foot and float the left leg up into your tabletop. Inhale, lower the left foot down. Keep the hip bones squared off as you take the right leg up. And lower the right foot down, taking the left leg up. Let's go one more on either side. Take that right leg up and lower it down. Take the left leg up. Now let's lower the left foot down and just take a quick break at the bottom. So now we're going to go into our full shoulder bridge. So we're going to be adding a little bit of choreography to that, but it's going to start the exact same way. Let's press the hips straight up. Hip bones are squared off to the ceiling. Now let's shift the weight to the left foot and just take the right leg through that tabletop and stretch it up to the ceiling. Try to really straighten that leg. And now once you're at the top, flex your ankle, heel to the sky, and just lower the leg as far down as you can keep the hips from sinking. When you're at the bottom, point the toe and lift. Flex your foot, drag it down, point the toe, and lift. Let's go for 3. And 2. Keep pressing the shoulders into the floor. Last one. Lifts. Bend the right knee, place the right foot down. So now we're shifting the weight to the right foot. Take the left leg in through tabletop and up. Flex the heel and then drag it down the wall, point and lift. Such a good stretch on those calves and hamstrings. Let's go for 3 and 2. Last one. And we can bend the knee, place the foot down, and just let the hips come all the way down to the side. Bring the soles of the feet together. Just let the knees open for a moment like a book. Just getting that nice stretch here through those inner thighs. And then let's walk the feet wider than the hips and drop the knees together. Get that stretch through the outer thighs. All right, so from here, let's do a little combo exercise. We're going to do an exercise that is arms and glutes, my favorite. So let's flip over so that we end up in our quadruped position. That's our all fours position. And we just want to feel that nice stable base of support that is our shoulder girdle. So we're hugging our shoulders down towards our waist. That neck is nice and long. The belly is pulled up away from the floor. Let's take that right leg and just slide it all the way long on the mat, pressing the back of the thigh up. As you straighten the leg, make sure the hip is still square. Now squeeze the right butt and just lift it up and then tap the toe back down. Squeeze and lift, lower back down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, last one, hold. So that leg is long, the body's one nice straight long line. We're not arched to the back, the abs are drawn in. So now we're gonna go into a tripod tricep push-up. So that means the elbows are gonna go straight back. And our challenge here is to keep the hips squared off. So on your inhale, we bend the elbows, they point straight back. The leg lifts up a little higher as a result, and then press all the way back up. Bend the elbows, squeeze those abdominals, press all the way back up. Let's take it down for 3 and lift. 2 and lift. 1 and lift. Hold it here. And just for the heck of it, let's add some pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back in. If you need to take a second off the wrist, go for it. And then let's hinge back into our quadruped. Slide your left leg all the way long. Keep the left hip closed off. Draw the shoulders down the back. And exhale, squeeze the left butt to lift and lower down. So think of simultaneously lifting the belly up as the leg comes up. And that's going to avoid that arching of the back that wants to happen here. So the leg is heavy. It wants to pull you into that extension. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now last one, hold the top. Back to those tricep push-ups. Then the elbows, lift the leg even higher up and press all the way back up. Bend the elbows, scrape them against the rib cage and press all the way back up. Let's take it up for 3 and lift. 2 and lift. Last one. Press and hold. Pulse it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way in. And a little shell stretch back towards those heels. Okay, so we did our arms, we did our butt. Let's do some abs. So let's go ahead and swing the legs around in front of us. Squeeze those inner thighs together, so about $100 bills between those knees. And let's just take the arms in front of you, shoulder height, soft bend through the elbow. On your exhale, we're scooping the belly away from the thighs and just rounding back, just as far back as you can keep the spine round. So aiming for the bottom of the lower back maybe, and then we're rolling up and just lengthening up through that spine. Exhale, scoop through the belly, roll back, keep shoulders relaxed out of the ears, and inhale, roll all the way up. As you roll back, try to prevent the belly from puffing up. So think more about drawing the stomach back, right, than pushing it forward. Let's do that 2 more times. Rocking back, scoop through the belly, and roll up. 1 more time. Let's roll back. Let's hold it here. So really feeling that roundness through the spine. And then from here, let's take those arms up towards the ears, as high up as you can go without letting the heels come up, and lower back down to parallel to the ground. Lifting it on up and lowering it back down. Let's go for 3 and lower. Keep squeezing inner thighs together. 2 and lower. Last one and lower. Now hold it here instead of coming back up. Let's make our way all the way down with as much control as you can. And then we're just going to slide the feet in towards our sit bones. All right. So from here, let's come to our flat back position. So we're rocking the pelvis back and then taking the legs up to a tabletop. Once you're in your tabletop, let's flex the heels like you're standing on the wall. Feel the back of the rib cage really press down. So there shouldn't be a big gap underneath the rib cage. From here, on your exhale, reach that right heel down just as far as you can go without letting the back arch, and take it back up to your tabletop. Exhale, left side goes down, and we come back to our tabletop. So as you move through the hip, again, it's not about touching the floor with that heel. It's about moving as far in that range of motion as you can stabilize your spine. Let's just go 1 more on either side. Relax the shoulders, and then come back to your tabletop. Let's glue the legs together, slide the hands behind the back of the head, angle the elbows slightly forward. Let's go into our crunches. Draw the abs in and curl up so the shoulder blades come off the ground, eye gaze is right below the knee, and lower back down onto the mat. Exhale, abs draw in, curl up, and lower down. Make sure your knees stay right over your hip bones. They're not coming closer to you as you curl up. So this means we're just moving through our upper back, not moving through the lower back. Let's go 1 more. Lift up and hold. Separate the legs. Flex the feet. Back to those heel taps. Reaching down and up and reach. Let's take it out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring everything down. Arms come down by the side for a second. Just take it for a little press up. You know, sometimes the hip flexors can get a little overactive here, so we just want to lengthen them out. And then bring the hips all the way back down again. And let's come back to our imprinted spine. Legs come up to tabletop. This time legs are glued together, the toes are pointed. So now we're going to go into a double toe tap, but again, it's not about the tap. So we take the legs down just as far as you can keep the work in your belly and not in your back, and coming back just right over that hip crease. Exhale, reaching it down, flattening across the belly, and lift back up. Let's go for 4, and 3, and 2, last one. Hands behind the head. Second set of crunches. Draw the abs in and curl up, and lower back down. Exhale, curl and flex, and lower down. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Now last one, curl up and hold. You know what's coming. Back to those double toe taps, reaching away and back in. Keep inner thighs squeezed together. Make sure you're not pulling on your neck. The shoulders stay lifted off the ground. You might not be able to get as far down with the head up, that's okay. 3, and 2, and 1. And bring everything all the way down. And just take a second to let the knees drop over to the right, look to the left, little cross-body twist there. And then drop the knees over to the left, look over to the right. And again, we're dropping it over to the right, looking to the left. And drop it over to the left, look to the right. Come back to center, and we're going to come back to our imprint tabletop position. So flat back, legs up. We're going to move into our ab series. So starting with our single leg stretch, we're going to use the hands here this time on the legs. So when you curl up, reach for the right shin and just extend that left leg long. And then we just switch to the other side, pulling it in and pushing it out. Reach and reach. Let's go for 6, 5, option hands behind the head. That's always okay too. 3, 2, 1. Back to tabletop, hands behind the head. Let's add a twist. Rotate to the right, extend the left leg long, and rotate to the left, reach the right leg long. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, shoulders can rest down. So we're gonna move next into our scissors. Let's take all 10 toes up towards the ceiling and then curl up and reach for your right calf. Left leg comes down, try to keep both legs as straight as possible. Let's give them 2 little pulses, pulse, pulse, and switch to the other side. Pulse, pulse, and switch. 8, it's a nice stretch as well as a strengthener. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs together, hands behind the back of the head, and then we lower the legs down and lift. We're just going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in, and just give them a nice little rock from side to side. Let's take the legs and the arms and just stretch them in opposing directions. So giving you that nice stretch to the abdominal muscles. And just take a second here to breathe, melting into the mat. And everything just relax and open. And then from here, we're gonna make our way back into our quadruped position, just like we were in for our push-ups, although no more push-ups, I promise. We're gonna do some cat-cows, just to kind of mobilize through the spine a little bit. Then we're gonna go into some plank preps and some plank tap downs. So hands are gonna stack underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and then breathing in to prepare, exhale, push into the ground, round the spine, tucking the tail, trying to keep the weight the same between your hands and your knees. Let's hold for an inhale, and then exhale, come through neutral into extension. That should feel so nice in the abdominals. Exhale, press into the ground, round the spine, tucking the tail. Hold for an inhale, belly drawing in and up. And exhale, moving through neutral into your extension. Let's do that just 2 more times. Rounding the spine, tucking the tail, looking down at the belly button. Hold, breathing in. And exhale, lengthening back into extension. Last time, rounding across the shoulders, spreading those shoulder blades apart. Hold for an inhale, and then lengthening back through your neutral into your extension. Let's glue the ribs and the hips together. So you want to really feel like you're pulling your abs up from the bottom and down from the top. That's going to create that work across the middle of the belly. And then tuck the toes underneath the feet. Let's breathe in and prepare. Exhale, gather the abs and just float the knees just an inch or two off the mat. So the lower you are, the harder it's going to feel. Let's hold, breathing in. And then just place the knees back down again. Breathing in and prepare. Exhale, draw the abs in. Lift the knees up. Hold, breathing in. And place it back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Hold for that inhale. And lower down. The last one we're going to hold and we're going to add that same cat-cow. So option here can be just to stay on the knees. Breathe in and prepare. Exhale, lift to that hover, and now hold. On your next exhale, without lifting any higher off the mat, around your spine. And then on your inhale, we arch the spine. Exhale, rounding the spine. And inhale to arch the spine. 2 more times. Round and arch. Last time, rounding under and arching up. Bring the ribs to the hips, send the knees down, and then just take a little shell stretch back towards your heels. All right, so let's hinge back onto the hands again. And this time, let's just walk the knees a little bit further away from your hips. The toes are going to tuck under, and we're going to go into our plank tap down. So the key to a solid plank is a solid shoulder girdle. So wrap the shoulders down and together. Let's breathe in and prepare. And now exhale, press the back of the thighs up, coming into your long plank. Let's hold, breathing in. And then just tap the knees down without letting anything else shift. So you're still in a working position here. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale, pressing it up. Hold, breathing in. And lowering back down. 1 more time. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale, lift up and hold. Pause it here, head above the shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees down and shell stretch back towards the heels. Take a second here just to walk the fingers away from the shoulders, creating that really nice space in the underarms. And then walk the hands over to the right. Use the left hand to cover the right hand and push the hips over to the left. Hold. And let's walk it over to the left. Right hand covers the left and just push the hips over to the right side. And hold it here. All right, let's make our way back to center. And then just come all the way down into your belly next. We're going to go into a little bit of extension since we did all that flexing earlier. So let's take the legs wider than the mat. You're going to be in a turned out position. Hands and forearms are just right underneath your shoulders. So we used our butt and our abs a lot today. Engage them by pushing the hip bones down and just scooping the belly up like you're trying to pick up a blueberry with your navel. Let's breathe in and prepare. On your exhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, folding at that upper rib. And then we're holding it for an inhale and exhale, lengthening back down. Breathing in and prepare. Exhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, fold it back, spread those collarbones wide. Hold for that inhale and lengthen back down. So now we're going to add just a little bit more room. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, and continue to press up without fully extending the elbows. So the eye gaze is slightly up. Collarbones are peeled apart, glutes are squeezed like crazy. And then we lower down belly button and back to your hover. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale, lift up like a wave cresting, opening up through the front of the body. We're holding at the top, glutes squeezed, and lengthening down belly and then nose. 1 more like that. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, press back, folding those collarbones open. Hold, breathing in, and lengthening down belly and then nose. So let's stay on our belly, and let's take the arms long in front of the shoulders. So I have just enough room. My legs are cut off, but that's okay. So we're going to go next into some alternating arm lifts. This looks easy. It is actually pretty hard to do this without moving anything else. So when you're here, really feel the belly draw up, hip bones press down. And feel both of your hip bones evenly weighted from right to left, so you're not gonna be rocking on the pelvis. From here, we're squeezing the back of that right arm and just lifting the right arm up as far as you can go without bending the elbow or rolling to the right side, and then just lowering it back down again. Now we draw the abs in, lift up from the left. One side might feel different than the other, and lower back down. Taking that right side up, activating through the back of the shoulder, and lowering down. Left side comes up, and lower down. One more either side, so we're moving from the shoulder, not from the elbow. Last time on the other side, and lower. Now we're gonna move the heavier limbs, the legs. So abs are still nice and active. Squeeze the right butt, lift the right leg up. Try to keep both hip bones as heavy as possible, and lower down. Squeeze the left butt, lift the left leg, and lower down. Right side lifts, and lower. Left side lifts, and lower. Let's go one more right, and lower. One more left, and lower. So last but not least, let's combine opposite arm, opposite leg. The torso will not change. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, right arm and left leg lift up. Don't arch the back here. Lower down. So we're holding the marble or the blueberry in the belly button. Lift the left arm, right leg up, and lower down. So we're continuing to move from the shoulder and the hip, not from the knee or the elbow. Let's go for 3, and 2, and 1. And then we can slide the hands underneath the shoulders and just push back into that shell stretch, rounding back, just breathing into the bottom of the rib cage. All right, let's take it to our 90-90 position. Let's go into our mermaid position here. So let's take the right leg forward, left leg back. Option here is just a cross-legged position. We're gonna go into a little side bend. This is such a nice hip opener, shoulder opener, all that. So let's take the right hand palm up. That's the side hand of the leg that's in front of you. Reach it up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, side bending to the left. And we're just gonna pause here for a second. Make sure you're not rounding forward. So I should be able to read the logo of your shirt if I were standing in front of you. The arm's nice and long, so no pointy elbows here. Let's hold it for an inhale, and exhale, bring it all the way back down. Same thing, same side. Inhale, sweeping it up. Exhale, side bend, framing the face. Reaching it up on your inhale, and exhale, lower. Last time on the right. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, side bend, framing the face. Lifting up, and lower down. So to switch the legs, if you want an additional challenge, reach the arms up in front of you, and just swing them around. Now it's a little bit of a balance challenge. So now the left hand is palm up on the left leg, and we take that left arm up on your inhale. Exhale, side bend, framing the face to the right. You can just hold here for a second, feeling that opposition of the left sit bone down, the left fingertip up. And we take it back up and lower all the way back down. Same thing, same side. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend, framing the face. Reaching it up and lowering down. Last time here, reaching it up. Side bend, framing that face. And lift up and lower all the way down. That brings us to the ends. Thank you so much for coming, you guys. So a couple of announcements. I'm just gonna stop the recording there.